One of the first things you need to do when you come across a problem is to identify key information and utilize them when solving the problem. The first question we asked when seeing the prompt is, what is the situation about? After reading it a second time, we would ask, what are the quantities in the situation? And then the last time, we would ask, what mathematical questions can we ask about the situation?
So what is this magic square strategy about?
I'd say that this situation is about like solving the magic squares because that's our main goal.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that we have to like explain like the strategies that we used to find the answer, and we also have to explain like, the challenges that we faced.
Yeah, I agree. I'd also kind of add that we also have to add like our observations and like patterns, and patterns we identify as well.
What would you think the quantities are in this situation?
So I kind of think that the sum that we're using, and also like the numbers that we're using to add up to that sum, is also like the grid count, like 3 by 5, 3 by 3, 5 by 5, and like the grid count like that.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
So what mathematical questions can we ask about the situation?
Well, I definitely think we should ask like what numbers will of course like add up to our sums,
Right?
and like our different like strategies that we need to use.
Yeah. And also kind of like how solving the problem can apply to like real life scenarios and situations.
Yeah, and also I would actually think that we should like go to like the like original like very first question, like how do magic squares like even work? Because like that'd be like the base question.
Yeah. Because understanding how magic squares can work can also help apply to real life situations. And also kind of seeing if there's actually any sums that don't actually work on certain grids, and why. So yeah.
Here, we are at the discussion section of the video, where we discuss the actual prompt and the strategies that we can use to solve the problem.
So, do you have any ideas to go about this?
I think that we should like use our whiteboards and just like write down our two different strategies and like compare.
Actually, I think that's a good idea. Sorry.
Hi, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready too.
Okay, so I'll go first. I said to do trial and error, and I suggest that we just like place like numbers on the grid in order from like 1 to 25 or 1 to 16. And I think that we should just switch the numbers like in and out. That's why I'd call it trial and error.
I'm a bit confused. Like, can you clarify what you're trying to say?
Alright, so pretty much we're just gonna like take all the numbers and we're gonna like order them, and then we're gonna switch them out of the order and just like randomly place them to find the right combinations that will equal our sum.
Oh, so it would kind of be like this. So it'd kind of be like you take the square and you kind of fill it in numbers in order, and then you kind of like switch it up.
Yeah.
Here and there. Okay, that makes sense. So actually, my strategy is a bit different from yours, but it kind of runs along the line of trial and error. So I was thinking of observing like prior magic squares and analyzing magic squares, and then try to be able to identify their patterns. Because then once you identify patterns, it can help you because you can apply them in similar situations, such as the situation that we're in now. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I agree with that, and it would probably be much more efficient than mine, and it would help give us like a lead in like what strategies we were gonna need to use to actually solve it. So it's much better than just guessing and trying. It's a little bit more organized.
Because when you use trial and error, it takes a lot more time and effort than actually trying to find a strategy and trying to like analyze and trying to be able to match what you found and to be able to solve the original square. Yeah, so the only problem is that I've been trying to like look over magic squares and analyze them, and it's been kind of hard for me to analyze any patterns. I mean, I know there are, but they're kind of small, and it's just kind of hard, especially since there's multiple grids and multiple sums that you can use. So I think we may have to go to trial and error. That may be the best strategy of the situation, because at least it is a strategy, as it may not be the most efficient, but it's good.
Yeah, that is true. I think we may have to resort to trial and error because it's gonna like, even though it might take long for us to do trial and error, it might take us even longer, and it might not be as like accurate and easy for like trying to look up like a strategy and like trying to like place good patterns.
Oh, that's fine. At least we found a strategy that we can use. So I think what we have, let me just find, so to if we were to modify our strategies, I would probably say, I guess we're going to write on our whiteboards right now and just kind of modify our strategies. Okay, I'm ready. How about you?
I think you should go because I don't really know what to change about mine.
Okay, so for mine, I think I'll just take yours, as it was a good strategy, and I agree with it. So I'll just trial and error, but if there's any actual possible situations which match our grid and magic square that we can use that have similar patterns, then that would be possible, but mainly just trial and error.
Yeah, I think I agree too.
Okay, all right, so at least there's some place to start, and we can continue with trial and error. Thanks.
Yep, no problem.